Morning, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to carry out a front brake service on my Austin Allegro. So this is what I'm going to be fitting today. I've got front flexi brake hoses, a brake pad fitting kit, and finally a new set of pads should we need them. So I'm going to crack on, get the car stripped down, and we can start changing parts over. Right, well the reason I'm doing this is I've recently got this car back on the road, but I've noticed the front brakes are binding a little bit, and even with the wheel on, that's just about turning, so I suspect it's a seized caliper, but it might be a collapsed hose, but we've got both parts to replace should we need to, but I'm hoping I can just free the caliper off. So before I even attempt to take anything apart, I'm going to thoroughly soak the unions on the brake hose just so it's got a better chance of coming apart. I've previously actually worked on this braking system on other Allegros, so fortunately I know what I'm doing. It might not look like I know what I'm doing, but this shouldn't take long today. It's just a question of cleaning it up and changing parts over. So the thing you've got to watch for is actually, can you see all right? Yes, you can see all right. The thing you've got to watch for is undoing brake unions, because the hard lines can snap, and we don't want that to happen. Right, so this is a Allegro brake caliper. To get the brake pads out, you've got these two roll pins, or pins here. They're holding. Actually, take these gloves off so I can work better with the gloves off, actually. So there's two little pins here. They just pull out. So just pulling the pins out that hold the roll pins in. And we're going to need a little punch, and I can start tapping those out. So I'll just go and get the right tools. Should have thought of that earlier, really, shouldn't I? Provided they haven't seized in, you can just tap these out from the back. Oh, or just push them out. So it wasn't that long ago I actually had all this apart, so I'm just hoping that we can free off and exercise the caliper today. I might be able to get away with just changing the pads. Where's that lot going there? Okay. So how this works on this, it's piston front and back, and as you apply pressure, the piston moves out, obviously, and the slider, yeah, that's seized. So I suspect that's meant to move. I've already greased these tracks with copper grease and cleaned it all up previously, but that's yeah. Let's get the pads out. We can have a proper look at this. What I've just done is cracked off the brake bleed union, which is allowing me to pinch the piston back into the caliper. Fortunately, that's moving freely, so I can now withdraw the other pads. Yeah, so that's going to want a bit more lubrication. It is moving. Yeah, that's probably going to be alright, but I'll probably clean this up anyway again. But what I'm going to do now is lock the union off, pump the pedal a couple of times to push the piston out, and we can get some degrease around there, brake cleaner, sorry. Just want to clean up around the seal and make sure the piston's moving freely. Now remembering there's a piston either side there, we need to just gently clean those up best we can. I'm going to use a fibre brush, not a wire brush, because you obviously don't want to nick the seal. But I know this is just it's not cosmetic, but it's not going to do a lot because we can't really get in there other than using penetrating spray. Now, what I've been doing is pumping the pedal so the pistons have moved out, so that slide is now not moving very fast, so we need to just compress the pistons back in. It's moving. Wish me luck. Oh, it's going. Oh, that turned. I think we're going to be okay. So it's more than likely this is the original brake hose, so after 40 plus years, I mean, it's not cracked and perished, but the rubber might have collapsed internally, which might be why I'm getting a sticking caliper. Lovely. It's always the biggest fear is undoing the brake pipes, because you never know what they're going to be like to undo. Right, well, it's going back together. I'm going to change the old brake pads. I mean, one side's not too bad, but compare that's a bit worn. So if you offer that up against you compare the two, yeah. So while it's all apart, I may as well put the new ones in. So I'm just going to swap the hardware over. A funny little spring clip. Yeah, just hope I've compressed the piston back enough to put the new pads in, but we can always tweak them with some grips. Right, so the spring clip goes like that. And now, while they're out, I'll put some copper grease on the back, or anti-seize if you like, so that just stops them sticking to the piston, and then they should move freely. Not move, be free. Still with us? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't like that, so it's not quite, that piston's not quite in enough. Right, so that's better. Because this slides when the pistons are applied, so as the pistons move out, this slider moves back and forth. That needs to be free. Also allows you to get the brake pads in, which is always helpful. There we go. Right, new hardware is in, new pads, new hose. Right, that's that side buttoned up. I just need to now bleed the brakes. I just spent ages trying to bleed the front brake on that side, and the moment you undid the union, nothing will come out. I thought, that's a bit odd, is the new hose defective? But no, it was this little bleed screw. You see there's a little hole there. I don't think I'll show it to the camera, that helps. There's a little hole there that was absolutely block solid with rust. So I put a little pick in there, blasted some brake cleaner through it, and now that is flowing freely. So now we can try again to bleed the brakes. And just like that, the other side is done. This is a lot easier. Again, I had to free off a seized up, blocked bleed nipple. That really set me back on the first side. So I just anticipated it and just did the same on this one. Yet again, that was blocked inside, so would have made bleeding it a nightmare. But that's all fitted, so I think I've had myself a cup of tea. Right, well I think that's where we're going to draw a line on this one today, guys. Thanks ever so much for watching. I need a cup of tea, so I'm going to go and get cleaned up and then take George for a test drive. Until then, see you in the next one.